And welcome to the Brevard Sports Network, the 7v7 Elite pregame show live from the campus of Satellite High School, where tonight, not just here, but all around the county, district championships, playoff spots, all of it is on the line. And here to help me dissect it all is my broadcast partner, Logan Pettit. Logan, first of all, welcome. Second of all, this match here, let's start with this one, Satellite and Merritt Island. Now, last year, since 1966, Satellite's beaten Merritt Island 3 times, 4 times total. Since 2004, they're 1-9. These two teams have played last year, and it was the first time in the last 9 tries that Satellite had beaten Merritt Island. Merritt Island had owned them, had outscored them 352-42 in the process. But I think the thing that everybody forgets about that game last year is one number 15 wasn't on the field for Merritt Island. And that's a guy I think is the biggest difference maker in this one tonight, Brady Denaburg.
Oh, yeah, Denaburg. I mean, he comes from a long line of family members that are extremely athletic. He's the quarterback. He's the star of that team, and that certainly is a difference maker. So it's going to make a huge difference having him back tonight. I just want to touch on, Merritt Island has beat him all those years, but we're talking about a different Satellite team now. Yep. Merritt Island has been consistently a solid program throughout the years. Satellite's kind of new to the party, and they're making some waves. They got that big game or that big win last year. This is certainly going to shape up to be a pretty good game as well.
All right, you look at these two teams now. We were here a couple of weeks ago, Logan, and the thing that disappointed me with the Scorps was I felt like the worst part of the game for them was the first 6 minutes in which Rockledge came in here and put up 14 points. I felt like they got bust. And what I mean by that was as soon as Rockledge got off the bus, I felt like they were intimidated. But then when they realized that they could play with the Raiders, it was a different ballgame.
Yeah, you certainly could be right. I mean, you see some of those monsters that get off the bus for Rockledge. It's going to be tough to not be intimidated. But I think getting in a hole early against a team that, I mean, let's face it, Rockledge is going to have better athletes than 90% of this county. So you get into a hole, 14-0 hole early on in the game, it's tough to come back against athletes like that. But they did. They showed fight. They didn't show any quit. They didn't roll over and die. They fought, and that's what you want to see out of a winning football program.
No doubt about it. Now, playoff implications in this game tonight. Obviously, with that big win over Rockledge last week, as the Satellite Scorpions head to the dressing room, with that big win over Rockledge last week, Merritt Island is the only team on this field tonight that controls their own destiny. They win, they are the District 5A 8 champions. They lose this game tonight, and it's a 3-way tie. And then what happens, and you and I are going to try to break this down a little bit, is then it comes down to RPI. And if it comes down to RPI, based on everything that I'm seeing, strength of schedule, opponent's strength of schedule, opponent's strength of schedule, the district goes right back in the hands of the Rockledge Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, they've played one tough schedule. They stole one, a 7-0 victory against Deerfield Beach. That's certainly a top team to beat. And so should Merritt Island lose tonight, I think that win against Deerfield Beach is what would solidify a district title for the Rockledge Raiders.
Yeah, and a lot of people were confused by that on the post that we had put up earlier on Brevard Sports Network. Well, that's it right there. And look, I mean, Merritt Island, schedule tough. They went up and played Cairo up in Georgia. That's a tough one. They get good points for that. But ultimately and in the end, when you look at that Raiders schedule, they're also going to pick up a ton of points next week when they play the Cocoa Tigers. And when you stop and think about the schedule the Cocoa Tigers have played this year, they've played 8 teams in the top 70 in this state. Rockledge gets all those points.
Yeah, and so that's kind of the benefit of the RPI a little bit is if you play tough teams that play tough teams, you benefit, win or lose.
Right. All right, so we know what's at stake here tonight. Merritt Island wins. They are the district champions. They will host a first-round playoff game. Satellite and Rockledge will hit the road. If Satellite wins, it's a 3-way tie. They all can claim a share of the district championship. But the Raiders will get the likely, in all likelihood, the Raiders will likely host that playoff game. Let's take a look at the other game tonight, too, that's critical in this district between Palm Bay and Bayside. And you look at those RPI rankings, Bayside and Palm Bay are tied with an RPI of .492. Palm Bay's 3-5, Bayside's 4-4. Strength of schedule, all of it. But to me, none of that matters. Whoever wins that game tonight has their playoff hopes alive going into Week 10. The loser playing for pride next week.
Yeah, and that's a huge game between those two programs. They call it the Battle of the Bay. Bayside has won one time against Palm Bay in the school's history, and that came last year. So obviously Coach Corey Broomfield is going to try and keep that one-game streak and go into a two-game streak. But I think they're pretty evenly matched, to be honest with you. They got athletes. It's just going to come down to who wants it more, really.
The other big game tonight, and the other game here on Brevard Sports Network, 7A. Battle for the district championship there between Melbourne and Vieira. Look, I think a lot of people have somewhat doubted the Hawks this season. Tonight's their opportunity to really turn the lights out on all those doubters and get back to feeling like they are the Vieira Hawks. You look at a lot of the rankings in this county, and the Hawks still sit fifth behind Cocoa, Merritt Island, Rockledge, and Satellite. Their sits. Now, I've got them fourth. I've got them ahead of Satellite, but a lot of people don't. So I think the thing for Vieira tonight is to go out, play their game. If C.J. Sims does what C.J. Sims has been doing all year, look, Coach Panucci's got that defense dialed in. They're playing well, no doubt about it. But for me, for my money tonight, and that's just a statement, by the way. For me and my money tonight, I like the Hawks in that one.
I think I like the Hawks, too, because you said it. I mean, Panucci has that defense pulling in the right direction, but if there's one thing Mike DeGore's going to do on the offensive side of the ball, he's going to find that weakness, and he's going to continue to exploit that weakness. And there's a reason why Vieira has won 7 straight games over Melbourne, and it's because of play calling like that. He got it from Coach Kevin Mays, who moved on to Baker County, and he kind of just stuck with that simple game formula. I know what your weakness is, and I'm going to keep going at that weakness until you stop it or the floodgates get blown open.
All right, the other big game and there's a lot of them tonight. The other big one tonight, Logan, is O'Galley and O'Galley and Heritage. Heritage is 5-3. O'Galley with an outside chance to make the playoffs. They wholeheartedly have got to have this one tonight. But look, if Heritage gets this win, they're 6-3, increase their RPI. But I tell you what, I'm going to pick the upset tonight. I'm going to take the Commodores.
I think I like the Commodores pick, Alan. I really do. I will say a lot of people doubted Heritage going into the season because they were so young last year. You had freshmen and sophomores running around the field. Well, now those guys are sophomores and juniors and some seniors, and they've gotten a whole heck of a lot better. So you can't count Heritage out. I just think some of the athleticism that O'Galley has going around on that offensive side, specifically in the receiving core, is going to be tough to match up with. So I do like O'Galley having a little bit of an edge.
No doubt.
Their record is 3-5. I think they're better than a 3-5 football team.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Let's get back to this one here as we get set to break this one down and give our keys to a victory tonight. For me, one of the keys – can I move this back? Yeah, thank you. One of the keys to victory tonight for me is that right there, the 40-yard line. And let me tell you why I say that. If Merritt Island is traveling towards their end zone tonight and they get to that 40-yard line, they're in three-point range.
Yeah, they can kick a field goal. Denaburg's got a cannon on his arm and his leg. I mean, he can blast it through the uprights, so that's going to be a difference maker for them there for sure.
You know, last year he had 5 field goals over 50 yards, including a 57-yarder. Now, that 57-yarder came on turf. This is a unique field. It's kind of slanted. It's got a little hill in the middle, but I was watching him kick, and he was drilling them from 55 in pregame. So, you know, if I'm Satellite, that's got to be a part of my game plan tonight. Make sure they don't get to that 40-yard line.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a weapon to have a kicker like that.
The other issue, if I'm flipping the script here and I'm talking about the quarterback for Satellite tonight, Logan, it's Gage Malkin. I don't think Gage played well at all against Rockledge. I think he would tell you that. I think tonight he's got to come out. Eddie Combs was wide open on many passes in that game. For me tonight, Malkin's got to hit. He's got to hit Combs on those big plays tonight.
Yeah, you got to capitalize on the opportunities that are given to you. I mean, this is it's a very good football program, and the way you beat very good football programs is capitalize on opportunities that you get. So I'd like to see him hit some of those shots too. But I will say, Merritt Island runs I'm going to call it a funky defense. It's a 3-3-5. They got very athletic defensive linemen, and their backers are flying everywhere. You don't know where they're coming from. So that's going to be an interesting little matchup to watch. They're going to have 5 in the secondary. They might try a little bracket coverage or something on Eddie Combs so they don't let him get loose because they watch that tape against Rockledge for sure. So it'll be an interesting little cat and mouse game between play caller and play caller.
You're watching the 7v7 Elite pregame show here on the Brevard Sports Network. And I tell you what, man, I've actually got, my hair on my arms is standing up. I'm excited for this one tonight. I can't, the last time that the Mustangs won a district championship was back in 2015 or 2016, I think it was, and that was under Jeff McClain. Hurley Brown took this program over. He's built to this moment right here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to mute it. The national anthem's going to happen, and then we'll be back with the start of the game here tonight on the Brevard Sports Network. This has been the 7v7 Elite pregame show. I just was able to check the comments real quick, and I just want to answer two questions. The wind could affect the kicking game here tonight for sure. Always the beach breeze, and then with the added cold front that's moved in, that could have an effect. Yes, we will be doing the 12U satellite game tomorrow at Deltona, and I forgot the other question. As the Hawks or the Scorps take the field. We'll be back here in just a minute on the Brevard Sports Network. Hello, Space Coast. Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank all of you for your support of BSN and allowing us to cover your student athletes and come into your home each and every night. Give us a follow on Facebook at Brevard Sports Network, and here's to many more years of top-notch sports coverage right here in Brevard County. Thanks again.
Hi, this is Michelle Rycroft with Beach Wave Volleyball Club, and you're watching Brevard Sports Network.
This is homeowner Harry. He's a family man, and today he's examining his utility bills. He's wondering why his utility costs, especially the cost of energy, is so high. He wishes there was an alternative that could cost him lower than his present bills. Luckily for him, there is. Here's Dan from Sun Shop at his door. Dan has come to explain to him how going solar can help him lower his utility costs and solve his worries. Homeowner Harry lets Dan in, and he explains to him how the sun will fuel his home when he goes solar. Dan also breaks everything down to him on how his bills would be lower, and he'll be helping the planet in his own little way at the same time. He was pleased with all what he has heard about going solar with Sun Shop. Thanks to Dan from Sun Shop, his home is now powered by solar, and now he's all smiles and happy. No worries for him, as he's now in control of his monthly utility bills. Contact Dan with Sun Shop below today to go solar too.
Sarah Donovan with an absolutely beautiful rendition of the national anthem, and we are getting set to have the teams come onto the field. This is what's known as the Banana River Rivalry. Alan Slaughterzinski, Logan Pettit with you here, and hasn't been much of a rivalry since 2004. One satellite victory in those 9 wins for Merritt Island. They've outscored the Scorps 352 to 42. But last year, Satellite gets a big win, a confidence boost. What are you expecting to see here tonight, Logan?
Well, I'll tell you what, Satellite has kind of made a habit of turning what was not maybe so big of a rivalry into a different kind of rivalry. Melbourne had not lost to Satellite until earlier this year, until I think 1996 was the last time that they had lost. Satellite won this game last year. Of course, they're looking to compound on last year's victory and make it 2 in a row, but I think it's going to be a pretty hard-fought football game. I think it could go either way, to be honest with you, Alan.
Your captains tonight, Bobby Clark, Beatty Clark, as well as Chase Malkin, number 52, also a captain, that's Logan Ivy, and number 12, Gage Malkin. For the Merritt Island Mustangs, number 48, that is, I'll tell you what, that's Devin Smith, the defensive lineman. Number 15, Brady Denaburg. Number 8, Aaron Session. And looks like number 34 or 36. If it's 34, it's Dominique Shields. I believe that's who it is. So your captains for tonight's game. And, man, I tell you, it has been – this is – a lot of people don't like the RPI, Logan. I love it. I love the added twist that the FHSAA puts on it of your opponent's winning percentage, because it forces teams to schedule difficult games.
Yeah, it's starting to grow on me. I came up in the era where if you wanted to make the playoffs, go out there and win. So it got a little used to. It took a little getting used to for me to try and come up with it, but I do like it. It does force you to schedule tougher games. You can't just make a cakewalk schedule, win out your district, and boom, you're in the playoffs just to be bounced in the first round.
Now, it was a bit extreme when they first rolled it out a couple of years ago, because there was actually an 0-9 team in 2A that made the playoffs. You never want to see that happen, okay? But the bottom line is, at the exaggerated point there, as the Satellite Scorpions get set to take the field here, and I tell you, if this place was rocking a couple of weeks ago, it's going to be going nuts tonight. And once again, we are in the stands. We don't have press box access here because it's too small. So there's going to be some bouncing and shaking of the camera tonight. And here come the Mustangs. And Buster Beal leads the Mustangs out onto the field.
I'll tell you what, Alan, I like that Satellite's band plays into the whole beach vibe, playing that beachy music. I think that's a nice little tradition they got going on here. Makes you want to grab your surfboard and go hang 10.
That's it, right? All right, as far as stats and all that go tonight, well, I got to be honest with you. Standing up in the stands, we're just good. We'll concentrate and focus on the broadcast. I know enough to make it interesting. So I do know this, that Satellite is receiving, it looks like. And back deep for the Scorps is Eddie Combs. And it won't matter because Brady Denaburg's kicking off, and I'm fairly confident this one's going into the end zone.
Yeah, Coach Brown told him don't kick it to 3, so that he heard kick it out of the back of the end zone.
Right.
Over the fence and into the 5th quarter.
Well, that's about where it'll go, too. The referee's telling him, son, we only have so many game balls. Don't lose it. You think he's the best kicker in the history of Brevard County High School football?
I'm going to be honest, man. I haven't followed too much kicker history in Brevard County high school football, but I'd be tough to find somebody that was better than him.
It's the best I've ever seen. And we are how about, I almost feel like a prophet.
Just as expected, it goes 9 yards deep into the end zone.
All right, let's get the scoreboard turned on here. First and 10 for Gage Malkin. And this satellite, we're only about 45 seconds behind. Looks like, yeah. That's about the norm. Gage Malkin and this satellite Scorpion offense comes out with a 4 wide receiver set. Logan, 3 wide receivers to the left. Combs, near side. No, that's not Combs. Is that Combs?
No, I believe Combs is the open receiver on the other side. Trying to isolate him one-on-one.
Offsides. And that'll be a 5-yard penalty to start. And it'll be first and 5.
Combs is down here, yeah.
Yeah, it is Combs. Okay.
That's Parker Dawson on the far side.
Parker Dawson, who's had himself quite a year. Satellite's got 4 rushers in the triple digits and 4 receivers in the triple digits this year. Parker Dawson, Eddie Combs, quite the duo this year in Brevard County. But Bridger Koby and Dallas Donohue have countered on Merritt Island as well.
Yeah, we saw Parker Dawson over at Bayside really
Pump
had it
fake.
popped off in a game. Uh-oh.
And down goes Malkin for the first sack of the night. And that's sacked by number 8. That's Aaron Session. And I'll tell you what, Aaron is something else. I mean, he is big. His wingspan is humongous, and number 45 as well.
Yeah, and I want you guys to keep an eye on this defense. They line up 3 defensive linemen. They are going to rush 4 on 95% of the plays, and it's quite exotic how they bring that pressure. Watch, they're walking 2 of them down now.
Yeah, they only have 16 sacks this year. Turns, gives, no way. That's just not there.
No, it's not. They blitzed right into the run. They brought the middle backer and the outside backer off the edge and had every gap on that play side plugged up.
Jaquay McFadden, the sophomore, in on that stop, and that's going to bring up, they had a first and 5. They're now staring at a 3rd and 12.
Yeah, you can't go backwards here, That pump fake kind of did him in on that first play. Kind of allowed the defense to get back there.
Malkin from the gun. He's got 4 wide receivers split equal, far and near side. 10:43 just underway here. Showing blitz. Throws. And that's all Malkin. He had that receiver open there.
And I think the pressure caused that. They blitzed 2 outside backers off of the edge there and ended up with a 5-man rush. Play zone defense behind it, and that pressure forced a bad throw. I'm telling you, he's going to bring some very wonky pressures at him tonight.
That's Parker Dawson, the intended receiver. And right out of the gate, you're looking at 4th and 13. And Merritt Island is going to have outstanding field position to start this one. Back deep for the Mustangs. Number 6 is Julius Bennett. I think Nick Parker's the punter. Snap. Nice punt. Beautiful punt. Caught, fielded at the 48, down the sidelines, and tackled, stopped at about the 42, 43-yard line. So a good run back by Julius Bennett. And here comes senior quarterback Brady Denaburg. Denaburg's had himself quite a year, equally as impressive as Gage Malkin's. 19 touchdown passes this season for Brady.
And, he can make things happen with his legs, and it's not so much his running. It's just keeping his eyes down the field as he's scrambling around in the backfield, and he makes a lot of plays doing that.
Aaron Session. Aaron Session split near side wide. Keep your eye on the slot receiver, Bridger Koby. Denaburg loves him. Dallas Donohue as well. Little flare pass out to the back, and he'll be stopped for no gain. The receiver was Dominic Shields, the running back, second and about 9.5.
Yeah, and they like that screen game quite a bit, whether it's a motion out flare pass or they'll run some jailbreak concepts, they'll run some middle screen stuff, but they do like the screen game quite a bit.
Second and 9, Shields in motion. Sets up next to Denaburg. Denaburg turns, pump fake throws, actually play action throws, complete across the middle. That's Dallas Donohue. Donohue, a junior. He'll have a gain of about 6.
Donohue had something there on the quick hitch. He just kind of double clutched it when he caught it, bounced it a little bit, and he had to secure the catch before he could get upfield, but he could have made more out of that if he caught it clean.
This will bring up 3rd down and 3. Again, going by the Logan Pettit method, it's 4 down territory.
Absolutely. Well,
caught by Shields, and Shields has more than enough for the Mustang first down.
I might go back on my method a little bit when I know I got a kicker that can make it from 87 yards away from the goalpost. So
yeah,
that's a different element that you got to keep in mind.
Yeah. Ball at the 35. Koby now in the backfield in trickle motion. Stops. Denaburg claps, turns, gives the Shields. Shields and Dominic Shields will be, he forces that pile for a gain of about 5 there.
Shields is a tough runner. He's small, but he's kind of sawed off, and he holds the ball high and tight, which you want to see out of a running back.
That's going to bring up, they gave him 5, 2nd and 5 for that Merritt Island Mustang offense. Mustangs in white, moving left to right. Ball at the 30. Denaburg looks, fires. That ball's intercepted. Outstanding job. Nice interception on the play. There was number 5, Chase Malkin. And Malkin creates the turnover.
That's just incredible coverage there. But man coverage on the slant, and he just jumped that, diving for it. That was incredible coverage by the young man.
That's the one thing this year that is haunting to the Merritt Island Mustangs. They are a minus in the turnover category. They are now a -4 this season.
Wow. Yeah, it's tough to win games, and I know I'm saying that they're 7-1 on the season, but you'd like to see with the way their defense plays, you'd think you'd see a little bit more turnovers out of them.
That woke this crowd up. Showing blitz again. How about that coverage?
That was really good coverage. If he put a little bit more on that, he would have been able to run underneath and to get it, but athletic play by Combs to even go up and get it, but it was nice to be knocked away by the defensive back there.
How about that coverage? The defensive back on that play was Sean Mayo. Mayo last week with a fumble recovery and an interception against the Raiders. 2nd and 10. Interesting they put Mayo on Combs tonight. Malkin, pressure shows. It comes, quick pitch. Nice tackle. Gain of about 2 there.
You know, with how much Merritt Island blitzes too, you're asking a lot out of your secondary, so that was even better play out of that.
The defensive coordinator for the Mustangs is Brian Helton. 3rd down and 9, and the Mustangs right now defensively forcing Satellite in 2 possessions in 3rd and long. 7:33 to play first quarter. No score here. Here they come again. Or at least show it. Malkin looks, turns, fires, throws down the field. How about Parker Dawson? What a catch by Parker.
And you know, that's going to, later in the game, that's going to end up freeing Combs for some of that stuff when they realize 11's a threat out there as well.
I love the way he plays.
Oh, he's nasty. He gets after it. Big player, too. Big kid.
1st and 10. Ball across the midfield stripe. Now on the Mustang. 45. Right back to the line of scrimmage. Malkin, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 1 back in the backfield. That's a dangerous play.
That was an errant pass. They were setting up the quick screen. He had blockers out there. They were doing a pretty good job blocking too, but didn't throw it anywhere near him.
.6:57 to play. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 45 of the Mustangs. There you see the best investigation scoreboard at the top of your screen. Merritt Island, of course, in yellow. The Scorps in red. Malkin from the gun. Quick pass caught. Is that Parker Dawson again?
That is Parker Dawson again. It's on the quick hitch. Barrels ahead for a couple more. Now you're looking at 3rd and manageable.
3rd down and 1. And you know, look, Nick Parker's a good kicker. He's not Brady Denaburg, so I think you need a couple more yards here. So I definitely think this is 4-down territory.
Right. And I mean, if you're Satellite here, you're not thinking 3, you're thinking 6.
7, right. Eddie Combs split near side wide. Dawson split wide right. Malkin. Little bubble screen here. Oh, wow. Beautifully timed. Nice job by. That's Dylan Turknet there.
Koby has got to block better on that play. He just let the guy go right past him. Call that an Olay block.
What's that mean?
Olay! Like you're a
like a bullfighter, right? Let him go. 4th and 5 now. I like the quick plays, and you know what? We're gonna take this is the water break, so we're gonna step aside here with 5:42 to play in the opening quarter. No score here on BSM with the Banana River Rivalry.
Hey everybody, it's me, Urban. OMG Hibachi Grill. Oh my goodness. You need to follow this truck. You need to run, crawl, and get an airplane, go by train. It don't matter how you follow us and how you get there. If you got an appetite and you ready to eat, OMG Hibachi Grill can't be beat. Oh my goodness. Follow us, Facebook, Instagram. See you there.
Hey, this is Devon Dudley, and you are watching Brevard Sports Network. Oh, my brother, testify.
All right, welcome back here. 4th and 4.5. We'll call it 5. And guess what? They're going to punt.
I don't like that.
I do too. They're going to play field position here in the first quarter.
Yeah. Watch a fake, though. I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Of the possibilities here.
Mustangs are ready for a fake, though. You see them.
And they do fake it.
They do fake it. Throws caught, first down. And there's a flag.
Man downfield.
Illegal man downfield.
Now you got to punt it.
Yep. Got to hold that a little longer.
Yep.
Bob Walton, the Hall of Fame referee in the white hat tonight. And there was no doubt about that one, Logan.
Yeah, the line was on punt coverage.
Yeah.
I don't think they realized it was fake. They were streaming downfield.
Yeah, they were. They took off. Bob Walton touches the top of his head. And you know what? As wide open as that was, I'd try it again. Maybe something different.
I think you got to punt it here. We're going to get a timeout, it looks like.
That's the Fox guy right there. He was over at Vieira, and now we're going to get a timeout on the field. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank many of our sponsors here on the Brevard Sports Network and Beachway Volleyball Club. How about my man Desmond Britton at Keller Williams? Desmond does a terrific job. There's his information there. Desmond, a Cocoa graduate, local man. From contract to close, Desmond's the guy you want to be with. 321-480-0770. Obviously, you can't see his email there, but give him a call at 321-480-0770. Make sure to join us coming up later on tonight at Walk-Ons for the post-game show. Jim Pettis and his staff with a remarkable job. I'd like to thank Jim Pettis and, of course, the 7v7 Elite Championship Series. And we'll hit it here with off the streets and on the field. And what a great job Shug Mitchell does in helping those that can't afford to play youth and prep sports the opportunity to do so. It's 4th and 10, punter standing at his own 41-yard line. Snap, and they'll kick it. You're right, Logan.
That's a gutsy move to try and run 2 fakes in a row. And that ended up being a very good punt.
And that will be 1st and 97 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, 97.
How about that? Great punt. Who was punting that? Is that 44? Matthew Clark? I think it is. All right, here comes Denaburg. All right, I got to ask, Coach. You're back up. You got your goalpost on your back. I once saw Keziah Holmes take off 99 yards, but that's Keziah Holmes. What do you do here?
Personally, I'd get under center and run QB wedge just to clear up a little room.
Vady Clark trying to blitz here. He does. Dominic Shields.
That's a good play call right there. You know, something safe. You're going up the middle, pick up a couple yards. Now you got a little breathing room. I mean, shoot, that was a gain of 5 yards. So now it opens the playbook up a little bit now.
Vady Clark overran the play.
Yeah.
The linebacker there. 2nd and 5 now for Merritt Island. Denaburg throws wide open, caught. And to the sidelines, out to the 40, 45, 42-yard pass play to C.J. Bragg, and the Mustangs are in business.
I tell you, there was a little window dressing, got a little cute in the backfield. Defense got caught napping. You had a wheel post. Corner sank on the wheel like he was supposed to, but safety came over top of it, and that opened up Mr. Bragg right in the middle of the field on that post pattern. Good play design.
Great read.
Yeah.
Shields, nope. Play action. Little out pass caught by Ryder Veras. And it's second. I'll take that all day. 2nd and 5 now. 4:28 to play in the first quarter.
Call that staying ahead of the chains. How do you like this formation?
Quads to the right.
Quarterback power.
Nope. Oh, yeah, good call, Coach. Look at Denaburg. He'll go nowhere. Look at you, huh?
There's really only 2 things you can do out of that. Throw the quick screen or run quarterback power.
Number 60 in on the stop there. That is Noah Ostrander.
Yeah, and I think Brady was trying to make a little too much happen there. He was stopped at the line of scrimmage. Just go down at that point.
3rd and 13. Denaburg looking. Throws. Out of bounds. He had all kinds of time.
Yeah, he did have some time. He started scrambling out to his left. Right-handed quarterback, that's kind of a tough throw to make. He had 2 guys in the area, too. He had Koby and Donohue, his 2 top receivers, just kind of pushed it out of bounds.
So Brady Denaburg is also the punter. 3:38, why not, right?
What doesn't he do?
Right?
He also does the laundry after the game.
Yes, he does.
Yep.
Saw him changing the tire on the bus earlier.
He'll paint your back porch as well for a nominal fee.
Eddie Combs back deep. Denaburg. Oh, he shanked it.
Punt.
We jinxed him.
Yeah, we did.
We jinxed him.
Yeah, we sure did. I like the wherewithal of Satellite to understand that that's a very poor punt, yelling Peter and getting away from that football. Sometimes you see kids trying to run up on it. Get away from it.
You know what he did? He rushed that one.
Yeah, I think so, too. There was some pressure coming, but I think he had plenty of time to get the ball off.
Yeah, he rushed it.
He's probably got, nerves are going right now. This is a
Sure.
huge game.
3:27 to play here in the opening quarter. There is no score between the Mustangs and the Scorps. Gage Malkin brings them back out. Malkin. He's having him quite a year. Combs underneath, incomplete.
You're going to get a man downfield call here. Big number 66. Let me check the number on that, or the name on that. 66 is the senior Phil Brown. He was about 8 yards downfield. Yeah, the right tackle.
All right, 1st and 15 now for Malkin and the Scorps. 3 wide receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. That 1 to the left is junior 4-star recruit Eddie Combs. Turns, gives. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, he faked it.
Yeah, he kept it.
And there's flags, and more flags.
Those
That's
came
15.
late. Yeah, those came late. You wonder maybe something was nefarious was done at the bottom of that pile.
That faked me out. That fake you out?
It was a good pull. I had a pretty good eye on him. I saw the ball come out, so.
Hit to the head, 15 yards. That'll be a first down. And the ball will be at midfield right now with 2:56 to play in the opening quarter. Let me see something here. I'm just curious. Wonder why we only have 20. Pull that back up for me. 1st and 3, actually. Throws, caught. Wonder why. Doesn't seem to be stalling, does it? Check the comments, see if it says it's so 1st and 10 for the Scorpions. Ball on the 35. Malkin looks, gets outside. Malkin, he'll be sacked on the play. Nice job.
I don't know if I can check comments. I don't have a Facebook, so.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, all right. That is Jake Woods on the sack. No, you probably can't. Oh, go right here. Yeah, hit that. Nope. No? Okay. Well, I guess we're all right. 2nd and 15. There's an option pitch there. Oh, nice job. Good run.
Yeah, nice little run on the speed option there.
That's number 7, Miles Henkel on the carry. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 10 to get back to the original line of scrimmage. No score here, 1:31 to play. First quarter.
It's a little surprising. I thought we'd see some points by now.
I did too. But these defenses are pretty good.
Yeah, they are playing very well.
Malkin, oh, did he?
Missed him high.
I thought that's a good play by Gage Malkin. I thought he was going to run across the line of scrimmage. He didn't. And on for, let's see what they do here.
Looks like they got the punt unit on the field.
4th and 10.
See if they can replicate that punt from last time.
Let's see if we can get the punter's number, too.
99, it looks like.
That is Braden Lonergan. I think we seem to be running all right, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice punt. Nice high kick. It's going to
Nice
take.
bounce. Nice satellite bounce.
And right now, the field position battle belongs to the Scorps.
Yeah, it's making a difference.
All right, 1:14 to go. We'll be back here on the Brevard Sports Network. Want to thank Kendall Signs for their sponsorship. Brady Denaburg, 1st and 10, ball on the 15. Turns, throws, Bridger Koby catches it, and that's quick little pass there.
Quick hitch, and Merritt Island is staying ahead of the chains. They just seem to sputter out around the 50-yard line each drive.
2nd and 4 now. Jet sweep. And he goes nowhere.
Good flow by the satellite defense. Really good flow.
Who was that in there on that stop? 41 in on the stop for the Scorps. That is none other than Gabe Betts. Nice job by Betts on the pursuit, not to let him cut that corner. 3rd and 8 now for Merritt Island. Here comes that quad.
Yeah.
Nope. Trips.
Trips bunch. Quads bunch.
That's Merritt Island's offense right there. That's what they do.
That was a nice play design, too. You had double slants there, and then number 1, Dallas Donohue, was on a seam route behind it. So,
all right. That's the end of the first quarter. No score between the Mustangs and the Scorps. Back with the second quarter in just a minute.
This is homeowner Harry. He's a family man, and today he's examining his utility bills. He's wondering why his utility costs, especially the cost of energy, is so high. He wishes there was an alternative that could cost him lower than his present bills. Luckily for him, there is. Here's Dan from Sun Shop at his door. Dan has come to explain to him how going solar can help him lower his utility cost and solve his worries. Homeowner Harry lets Dan in, and he explains to him how the sun will fuel his home when he goes solar. Dan also breaks everything down to him on how his bills would be lower, and he'll be helping the planet in his own little way at the same time. He was pleased with all what he has heard about going solar with Sun Shop. Thanks to Dan from Sun Shop, his home is now powered by solar, and now he's all smiles and happy. No worries for him.
All right, welcome back here on the Brevard Sports Network. Second quarter underway. I'll fix that in a minute. Straight up the middle, nowhere to go. Both linebacking cores are really good.
yeah, and I think Satellite's kind of historically had pretty dang good linebackers, so it's good to see they're keeping that tradition alive.
Second and 9 now for Merritt Island. Ball on the 32, 33-yard line, 32. Denaburg, quick pitch. Oh, my. The tent will block you there. But once again, that's number 41 in on the stop. And I'll tell you what, he's got great pursuit to the ball. He, of course, being Gabe Betts.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that play call. You run the toss sweep into the boundary with the way that Satellite's linebackers have been flowing to the football. You don't really leave yourself much of a chance there.
Big third down here.
Timeout.
3rd and 10.
Number 70 for Merritt Island has been asked to exit the football game. I don't think he's kicked out of the game, but maybe an equipment issue or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he did there.
Yeah, that was John Mark Buccio. Have to step out for a little bit.
Third and 10, Denaburg. Looked like he called an audible.
That's what it looked like, yeah.
He's rolling, throws.
Oh.
That was nearly picked off.
Yeah, that was a very good play by 23. He's like the rover kind of player, number 23 is. His name is Jake Palmer. Plays senior DB and wide receiver. I think he's kind of running that nickel linebacker type position. He flowed with the motion. That was a good play there.
10:14 to go, first half. There you see the score at the top of your screen. It's quarters wrong. I'll change it to the second here in just a minute.
Yeah, I like using the motion there. With the way that Satellite's linebackers are playing, you want to get their eyes on something else. So if you want to go back to that toss sweep they ran on 2nd down, you can do that, but run a motion. Get them moving.
Denaburg with a boom this time. There's that punt. Look at that kick. Back to the 20. Eddie Combs with room. Combs cuts it back. That Ubrazati speed. Nearly a horse collar. Is a horse collar. I don't like the call.
Well, I think he reached for that flag early, but regardless, he was going to get that flag because 14 slung him to the ground once he got out of bounds.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
That's a boneheaded play. You can't do that.
That's going to tack 15 yards on. Nice run there by the junior 4-star.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I don't think it was a horse collar. However, when he hit the ground out of bounds, that's when the flag should have been called. They're going to call it a horse collar.
I agree.
You can't give the Satellite offense these kind of opportunities.
Nope, you cannot.
No bueno. Now I'm taking a shot right here.
Yep.
Send Combs on a go route.
Or Parker Dawson.
Or Parker Dawson. Your two threats are your outside receivers.
Send them both.
Yeah, why not? All verts. One of them's got to be open.
Little Sweet Caroline in the background. Malkin. Malkin keeps it himself. And Malkin picks up 7.
He's pretty good at that little zone keep there. He knows when to hand it and when to pull it. He'll ride that read as long as he can, and he picks up some pretty good yardage doing that.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and 6 now. My blood pressure is going through the roof. I'm like,
you all right? You gonna fall
yeah,
out
no,
on us?
I'm good. No, I'm good. Nice give. How about that run by?
Yeah, it's going to come back, though.
Hankel. Hold on the Scorps, and now be 2nd and face man. Oh, it looks like he indicated. He hold. It's a hold.
Yeah, the line judge did a little baby skyhook with the flag there.
9:12 to play in the second quarter. And, yes, these two high-powered offenses have not scored yet.
It's been all defense so far.
I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with it. As a defensive guy, we love to see this. Some
Yep.
people say this isn't exciting. To me, this is most exciting football can be.
Yep.
Run the ball, play defense, and punt. That's how football was intended to be played.
Well, now, look. I hear you. 2nd and 15 now. Nobody in the backfield with Malkin. Malkin looks, fires, throws, caught. Combs drilled, and he'll be dropped right there. We're right on it now, aren't we? I mean, that's the play, right?
Yeah.
That just ran?
Yeah, we're way caught up now.
8:27. These two teams, in terms of what they came in averaging, 114 rushing yards a game for Merritt Island, 137 for Satellite. Mustangs 247 passing per game, Satellite 200. So certainly their offenses can put up yards and points. Malkin looks, fires, caught. Nice job over there by Eddie
short,
Combs.
You got to go for that.
Oh yeah, that's 4th and 1.
Good job coming back to the football by Mr. Combs there.
All that's on the line tonight is the district championship, the first one for Merritt Island since 2015. 4th and 1 for the Scorps. Malkin trying to draw him off. It won't happen. He turns. That's when I'd snap it right there.
Yeah, a little trick play.
Yeah, why not?
I'd like maybe that speed option they've been running here to the boundary.
Straight up the middle, stopped by the Mustangs. But the second effort may have enough.
I don't know.
He's short. Oh, wow. If we're going on this near side official, they're short.
Yeah. They had to get to the 40. He's got him marked at the 41 and an inch.
You like the call?
No, I don't.
Coach Kimmy's like, what's going on here? I thought it was short.
I think it was short. It was short. Here's the thing. I don't know if that was a read or not. I would have liked to have been a read. I think if he would have pulled it, he would have picked that up. He's been picking up chunks of yardage when he pulls that read. I just think that was a little vanilla for a 4th down call, even if it was 4th and short.
Knox Robinson, the offensive coordinator, not happy. 1st and 10. Denaburg from the gun. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Shields in the backfield. Turns, gives the Shields. Shields, he went away from his blockers on that. Everybody pulled to the right side. Shields cut back left.
He still picked up 5
yards.
I mean, he's been pretty steady for 5 yards a play, it seems.
Bridger Koby. I got a Charger.
Okay.
Turns, gives. Oh, no. Throws. Cut. This could be. It's not, but it's coming back for a hold.
No, I think it's going to be a man downfield again. That's an
Really?
RPO. It's an RPO play, so he's got the run and the pass option. So he held that, and he let that skinny post develop. The problem with those RPOs, the offensive line's run blocking. You can't sit there and let it develop.
And C.J. Bragg's catch and pass goes for naught.
Yeah, unfortunate, but it's got to be a quick hitting play. You can't let those RPOs sit there and develop like that one route, because the offensive line is told run block.
Yep. So that'll back them up.
That's kind of been the tale of the tape all night. You know, big play or good play on 1st down and 2nd down, either team shooting themselves in the foot.
Yep. Dominic Shields joins him in the backfield. Turns, fires. Koby underneath, caught. Nice job by Koby to scoop that off the turf.
Yeah, make it 3rd and manageable here. Thank you.
3rd down and 5.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they want flags. They're going to call, you know what? That's going to be a false start.
Yeah, I think they're going to give him with a snap infraction.
Yep.
Tell you what, 42, the linebacker, Ben Morrow, is coming.
He's their leading tackler.
Well, he was going to make one there, too, if they had snapped the football when he was timing that blitz up, but he caused that.
And that should take us to the water break. It does. So with 5:47 to play here in the first half, no score between the Mustangs and the Scorps in the Battle of the Banana River.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Coming up tonight, it is the Walk-Ons post-game show. We'll get you caught up. Third and 10 for the Mustangs. 5:47 to play, third quarter. Denaburg looking under pressure. And Brady Denaburg goes down. That's a loss of 12.
Man, how about this crowd? They are into this football game. This place just erupted after that. And I'll tell you what, when Satellite goes on offense, you'll be able to hear a pin drop over here, too.
That's number, who is that? 88 on the sack there.
That's Everett Mummy.
That's, yep, but Everett Mummy's brother, Noah Mummy.
Quarterback.
Oh, he was a good one, too.
He was a good one. He listed as a D-line and a wide receiver.
And
quite the combo.
Noah, a 3-time state pole vault champ. Denaburg, that punt was nearly blocked if they kept coming. Nice punt. That's about a 45-yard punt. And that's where Gage Malkin and this Satellite Scorpion offense will take over. 4:43 to play. Everybody checking the scores on like Florida Today or Max Prep probably thinks nobody's updating the scoreboard. Coco was on top 13-0. Malkin, nobody in the backfield. 5 wide receivers. Ironically, 4 of them all the way to the right.
Quads look here, yeah. Kind of an interesting formation.
Parker Dawson and Eddie Combs are the wideouts split deepest. Split widest. Malkin, yep, and there it is, Coach. You call it every time. When you see that look on first down, that's generally the play.
Yeah, the idea of that is going to an empty look and then running QB run is you're spreading the entire defense out. You're trying to empty the box out a little bit and make a numbers game.
Oh, number 7, John Elway made that play famous.
Oh, yeah.
2nd and 9 now for Satellite. Coming up at halftime, I'll unplug and let you hear the Satellite Scorps band. Malkin claps, wants it. Miles Henkel. 3:56 to play. The Scorps leading rusher coming into this game today was Kaya Jones. in the backfield right now is number 24 for Satellite. That is Garrett Tanius.
I think Tanius has taken some hits this season. Everybody else's helmet's red.
Yeah.
His is white.
Yep. Nice pass. Oh, Combs got to come up with that.
You got to hold on to it. I don't know that he needed to jump. But he put it right on him. You got to make that catch. Now,
yeah, that's a pretty pass from Malkin.
Yeah.
So that'll bring up 4th down and 6 in an obvious punting situation. Deep, not deep, but in their own territory. Back deep is Julius Bennett. And you just get the feeling that this is where a kid like a Denaburg or a special teams play is going to make a difference in this game.
Yeah, if they can come up with 3 right before the half, kind of grind that clock down and kick a long field goal or a short field goal. I guess it doesn't matter, but get some points on the board. I'm sure you're feeling pretty happy about that because this has been a slugfest so far.
Number 99 back deep to punt. End over end. Ball's fielded at the 30. Gets it out to the 35-40. Ball comes out, but he loses it out of bounds. And Merritt Island will take over 1st and 10, I believe, at their own 40 with 2:59 to play in the first quarter. Takeaway from the first half so far, Coach.
Like I said, man, it's been a slugfest. Defenses came out fired up against these 2 pretty high-powered offenses. We haven't seen any points. You got to think something's got to give it at some point here because it's not like the offense isn't doing them any favors. They're going on drives, and they just stall out. So both defenses have been fresh. I think a big play is going to have to happen for either team, or like you said, a big special teams play, even a turnover, something to spark one of these offenses is going to need to happen.
1st and 10 at the 40, dead on the 40. And this crowd will come to life here, and I'll pick the camera up again. Play action. No, he gave the Shields. And Shields picks up close to 10.
Mr. First Down.
I tell you what, both of these quarterbacks are outstanding at that belly play.
Yeah. And we're
That's
going to get a false
offsides.
start on Merritt Island. So you see, it happens again. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. This has been the tale of the tape all night for Merritt Island.
Let me ask you this. With the big win over Rockledge last week, is this a hangover?
It certainly could be. I mean, that's not outside the realm of possibilities here.
Look, I couldn't have been happier for Merritt Island last week. It's always good here in Brevard County to see big, teams win games that you didn't think they were going to win. I would feel the same way next week if Rockledge beat Cocoa. That'd be an upset,
Mm-hmm.
But that win means nothing if they don't get this one tonight.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You can't have a hangover game because you're playing another district game that you need to win this district title.
Next week against Fiera, well, that's a pride thing, right?
Yeah.
We got another one?
I don't know if you're going to get offsides on the corner or if they're going to call the split end, the receiver here for
they're going to
leaning.
call offsides on the corner.
Yeah. He was all up in his grill.
Yeah,
he crossed
he
into that neutral zone. So inconsequential, but still, you don't want to be jumping off sides either way.
No, you can't do that. Not when you just got that 5-yard false start penalty. Now it's 2nd and 4 again.
Yeah.
This is Shields who will get a first down. How big is that penalty now?
It's huge. I mean, it's huge. You would have been looking at 3rd and 2 here,
Yeah.
3rd and 3 if
now instead it's 1st and 10, and you got 4 downs to play with 2:15 to go. Clock stop.
Merritt Island's going to go quick, too. As they should.
They better hurry.
Yep, you're going to get too many men on the field.
Yeah, too many
here.
men on the field. Trying
That's
to get
smart.
off the field
That's
there.
smart. It's a good idea. Go quick.
Was number 40, Kieran Harrison, but it's not going to matter. He didn't get off, and the flag came flying.
Yeah, neck roll weighed him down.
Spoken like a coach.
I got to be honest with you. I like the neck roll. I think more players should be wearing the neck roll.
I agree. I always thought it was a good safety. The one thing I did think that about the neck roll was sometimes if you still didn't tackle properly, I felt like maybe it would cause players to be lazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In fundamental tackling.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of lean on it too
much. Yeah, I mean, we are right on the money here, buddy. I mean, I think we're actually live. 1st and 5 now. This is the thing games change on. Could this be the turning point here?
They like screens out of this look here. Nope, they're going to drop back. Yep, you're going to get a hold in the backfield. It's gotten sloppy here in the last minute or so. Both sides.
That's going to back them up 10. It's going to be 1st and 15 now.
Yeah, that's a drive killer.
Well, actually, he takes it from the spot of the foul, so it's going to be 1st and 20.
Yeah.
Wow. I hate that. Why shouldn't that just be a 10-yard penalty? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you're literally looking at 1st and 25 right now.
Right. That's a drive killer.
Timeout, Merritt Island. So the Mustangs will take a timeout here with 1:46 to go. Once again, we'd like to thank Best in Private Investigations, background checks, cheating spouses, child custody, criminal and civil cases, fraud recovery, identity theft, missing persons, surveillance, and tracking. Call today for a free consultation, 321-508-4492. You know, you never want to have to be able to use one of those services, but sadly, in the times we live in, if you need one, well, as the name says, Best Private Investigations. We'd also like to thank Desmond Britton, Keller Williams. There you see his information on the bottom left-hand part of the screen. One of my favorite songs of all time, at least in the last 20 years in the background. Denaburg looking, throws, caught. That'll get them back to the sticks, Logan.
Yeah, now it's 2nd and 10, so that was a big pickup there. That good play, way to find your guy.
Gain of 15. Man, I hate the fact that I got to keep picking this camera up, but these crowd, I mean, that's what happens when you got to sit in the stands. 2nd and 9. Denaburg looks to throw, looking, oh wow.
Boy.
And he'll be brought down. Big number 90 on the sack there. That's Vane Vigliotti.
I've been saying, man, 1 step forward, 2 more steps back, and that's not to take anything away by the young man for Satellite making that big sack. That's a huge play for the Satellite defense, but Merritt Island offensively cannot get anything going. They can't have any kind of sustained success right now, and that's really crippling them at this point.
And that's a credit to Rick Dormany, because this Merritt Island offense, in my opinion, is better than Rockledge's. I feel.
Well, as of recent, they have a quarterback. That's
right.
a big difference maker.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So Rick Dormany had his hands full tonight because they can run the ball.
Yeah.
They got Dominic Shields. They got 2 wide receivers that are 400-yard receivers, and Koby. The game plan tonight so far put on the board by defensive coordinator Rick Dormany has been stellar.
Yeah, that defense is absolutely dialed in. I'm surprised Merritt Island hasn't really run much of their screen game. I mean, that 1st and 25, I know they got back to the original sticks. That would have been a perfect opportunity to run a screen. We'll see if we see one here, but I know they have them. I know they like them. We haven't seen much of it, though.
Look at how the fans traveled for Merritt Island. You know it's packed over here.
Oh, yeah.
3rd and 17 or 18, we'll call it. Denaburg, 5 wide receivers. He's going to take off. Gets out of bounds. 107. That's a nice play by Denaburg.
That was a good play by Denaburg. Unfortunately, it's not going to be nearly enough. And
What do you do here?
I think you're trying to get points, so I think you almost have to go for it with the amount of time that's left on the clock. But you'd really like it to be not 4th and 7. You'd rather it be 4th and 2.
Right.
Well, they're going to bring the punt team out. I don't necessarily disagree with this.
Yeah, I mean, you got 1:07 go. Your defense has been spectacular all night long.
Yeah.
Flip the field here.
Yeah. And interestingly enough,
They're not going to do that.
Eddie Combs is not going to field the punt. They might be playing for a fake here.
Nice punt. Look at that punt.
Get lost up in the lights. What a punt. That's about what you needed there.
That's a beaut, Clark.
Nice.
So many ways, so many ways. So 56 seconds to go. I'm looking at Eddie Combs, obviously.
Yeah, I think you try and get one shot in. See if you can get a big gain. Maybe not even try. You're not trying to score right now, but I mean, see if you can pick up a big chunk play and then kind of base the rest of the drive around that. If it doesn't go anywhere or you miss, just run the clock out. In my opinion, take this thing to the half.
I agree. Don't make a mistake that causes you to let them kick a field goal
Right,
or
absolutely.
pick up points.
You know, take a shot here maybe.
And you see the guy deep. See how deep he is behind.
Yeah.
Gage Malkin, love the effort, the conscious effort to realize that.
There's that speed option play they like.
I don't like that here.
No, I don't.
The problem down here is the defense can tee off. That play takes some time to develop. I don't like that call.
No, if you're going to run it, run a quick hidden little something up the middle, like what they ran on 4th down up here. That would have been better in this situation. But
that's a dangerous play call.
especially with that toss, that little option pitch, that can go awry real quick.
2nd and 12 now. 28 seconds. Merritt Island's got one timeout. Satellite obviously won't take them.
They might just take this one to half.
They got to snap it one more time. Straight up the middle.
Yeah,
Dropped, and that'll take us to the half, Coach.
Yeah. Not a terrible idea.
Nope.
If you're going to do that, don't run that speed option down there.
All right, so we have reached halftime here with your score. The Merritt Island Mustangs, nothing. The Satellite Scorpions, nothing. We'll be back with the start of the second half, and enjoy the Satellite Scorpion Marching Band.
Sure.
Real quick, Dominic, where's your phone at, battery-wise? I couldn't think of the word. She's looking at me like, spit it out.
Anything that you don't have the right to.
That's right. Which is everything.
Technically, yes.
Yeah, you know.
know, mine's I've got a couple of them. I've got one from the last. One of the China. I think that one separate. If I was breaking it down, that's what it meant to like.
All right, welcome back here. Getting set for third quarter kickoff. And Alan Slaughterzinski and Logan Pettit with you. And Logan, this is going to sound like a repetitive question, but obviously this was a defensive battle in the first half. You expected to see anything different in the second?
You know, it's tough to say because, like I was saying, it's not like these defenses are tiring out from being on the field for so long. They're just playing really well. The offenses they're putting together drives. They're just not finishing them. So I do think something's going to have to give at some point. I think it's going to be a big play. On either side it could be. I'd like to see Merritt Island get to that screen game that they're pretty good at. I think that could spark something for them. But, yeah, I think it's going to end up being a low-scoring game.
Pull that a little bit closer. What about Satellite? What would they need to do here?
I think you got to find Combs. You got to find Combs, whether it's over the middle, whether it's deep. You got to find Combs one way or another.
We haven't seen that bubble screen to Combs.
No, we haven't.
And we are underway with the second half kickoff. That ball, will be taken at the 20-yard line. And do you see a scenario here, Logan, where one score wins this game?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If it goes like it did in the first half, I mean, the last team to touch the ball could end up winning this football game.
You know what I don't see? I don't see Dan Denaburg's big pole behind the net. Or behind the Dan's usually doing all the filming, and I don't see him here.
Huh.
All right, here comes Brady Denaburg. Dominic Shields to his right. Bridger Koby in the slot. Dallas Donohue split wide left. Nice fake. Shields. Go ahead.
He's been Mr. First Down. He's picked up 6, 7, 8 yards almost every single first down they've given it to him, and then they go away from him.
And I was just going to say, I think this is where they need to start building chunks of yards at right here.
Yeah, start establishing the run game anymore. There they go. They go back to it. A little counter action.
They stop it that time.
Yeah, they did.
Third down and short, one we'll call it. We'll call it one because it is one. Fans are up. Yep, why not? First down.
And he's been very reliable. That last play where he got stopped short, defensive line made a good job following the pull, but that time he was able to spring loose, pick up enough for a first down. I'd keep riding him. Keep riding him. He's picking up positive yardage.
And you know what? He is capable.
Oh, yeah, he can take it.
They're
listening to us.
Another 6.
Yeah.
Dominic, this has been the drive of Dominic.
Yeah.
Once again, we'd like to thank Desmond Britton of Keller Williams for his support and sponsorship of youth sports here in Brevard County. Shields again. And there goes Dominic Shields for a gain of 20 and a Mustang first down across the midfield line.
They're coming out, and they're smashing, running smash mouth, run football.
Think there was any paint taken off the walls at halftime?
I think so. You know, this opens up the playbook, too, and you got to respect the run game when they know now the defense knows they can go to that run game. This can open up a little bit of more of the
this is a different back this time.
Different back. Runs right into the back of his blocker there.
That's number 23 this time. Elijah Edwards. That'll bring up 2nd and 8. That's 8. 2nd and 8 yards to go for the Mustangs. Passing situation. We'll see what they do here. Denaburg keeps it, throws, fires, caught. Nice job, and still on his feet. And flung out of bounds at the 30 is Caleb Darst with a Mustang first down.
And that was a well-timed RPO play. Those linebackers bit up on the run because they just ran the ball 8 times in a row, and that little hitch route was right there.
This almost looks scripted.
It does. I'm sure it might be. It very well could be scripted.
Denaburg gives the Shields. And Shields will run it into for a gain of 3. Sorry about that. Trying to keep the. And they are inside of Brady Denaburg field goal territory. Throws, caught. First down. And the Mustangs are inside, or they are indeed inside. They're down to the 15. Inside of the Ubrzati red zone.
That was another very well-timed RPO or play action. I don't know which one it was, but you got those linebackers jumping up on that inside run game. That's opening up those little in and out cutting routes, those quick routes. This is a very nice drive by Merritt Island here.
And Rick Dorman, he says, you know what? I want a timeout. Yeah. Let's readjust here with 9:15 to go.
Yeah, let's stop
in the third quarter.
Bit.
Yeah.
It's almost like a basketball timeout when they're going on a run.
I tell you what, Caleb Darst, a couple of nice plays tonight. Wide receiver, number 1. Actually,
that's Dallas Donohue.
Donohue. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong roster. Why did I think he was Parker Dawson's 11? Parker Dawson played at Merritt Island last year.
Oh.
So he transferred to Satellite. So this is a big game for Parker.
Absolutely.
And that's where my mix-up's coming. Dallas Donohue. Sorry, Nick.
Donohue.
Nick will kill me.
That's a football player's name there, Dallas Donohue.
Yes, it is. So, 9:15 to go. 1st and 10, ball on the 15. Shields outside, turns the corner, 8 yards.
Mr. Chunk play, Dominic Shields. Hey, you know what? And they're sticking with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it on this drive. And
they didn't do that in the first half.
No, they didn't. They got away from the run way too quick.
Second down and 4, we'll call it. Quick snap to give us to Shields again. Gets outside this time. He'll be dragged down. Nice play.
I'll tell you what you might see as well. They've been running that outside zone play. You might see a read right here. They might leave the defensive end unblocked. He's going to go crash that, and Denaburg will have a running lane if they decide to go with that.
Denaburg. Shields. And what a play by number 90.
Number 90, he said he had enough of this running right down our throats. We're going to put a stop to this right here. Shucks the blocker, gets right there into the A-gap and sits at home, gets the tackle in the backfield.
Valen Vigliotti, and they're going to try and draw him off. And I would imagine a Denaburg field goal attempt.
They're showing blitz. I think they're going to snap the football. No. Yeah, you're going to get a field goal
That's
here.
exactly what's going to happen.
Nice job by the Satellite defense to hold their water there and not give up the free yards.
They almost did.
They almost did twice, and it was a good job to not do it.
I'm talking about on that offsides. When he clapped his hands, I thought they jumped.
Oh, yeah. Well, that blitzing linebacker, he was coming.
All right, so what you're looking at here is virtually an extra point for Denaburg.
He's going to kick this one with his eyes closed, just to add an element of challenge, because he's almost automatic from this distance.
And if he misses,
that's
you know
on
who
me.
to blame,
That's
Mustang
on me.
fans.
Yeah,
right,
it's on me. Hand up.
Right. Here's that critical play we were talking about. But I think the thing that's occurred on this drive that Satellite's got to adjust, and you'll see that entire defense come under that tent, is how to stop Dominic Shields.
Yeah.
Richard Koby, the holder. Offsides.
Offsides. That is a killer.
Can you imagine?
That is a killer.
They got him. Wow.
He just he's a little too juiced for that. Came a little too early. It's 4th and 5. I'm thinking this is probably going to be enough for a first down.
That's a first down. And if it's not, you got to go for this.
Yeah. And they're calling it first
and
down.
Bob Walton says first down and goal to go from about the 6.
What a blow. You just could not do that.
Unbelievable.
How disciplined they played on that when the offense was out there on the hard count. All that for naught.
4 shots now from the 5 for the Mustangs. Denaburg. Nice goal line defense.
Yep.
Denaburg has thrown 8 interceptions this year. You got to trust him, though, here, I think.
Yeah, you're doing this.
I think you got to trust him to take a shot inside. To Donohue, to Koby. Koby's a big target, number 4. Look for him right in that seam area there in the end zone.
I wouldn't mind seeing a designed run for him. That might be a good option.
2nd and goal. Koby in motion. Denaburg rolls, throws, caught.
He's going to be short.
Koby.
Here's the thing. If you run that route, run it into the end zone.
Right.
You can't. I understand it's a little flat route, but the 4-yard line, the flat's in the end zone.
It's like running to the sticks. Running short of the sticks on 3rd and 9.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is going to be 3rd and goal to go from about the 3.5, 4-yard line. And these fans will be on their feet rocking this place here in a minute. 6:35 to play, 3rd quarter. Denaburg keeps it himself. He's not going to get there. Out of bounds at the 4.
What a pursuit by the satellite defense there. That was excellent. And I don't hate the read play, but that was the wrong read. Handed off there.
Yeah, 4th down now.
And he took a shot. You don't want your quarterback and your kicker and your punter taking a shot like that.
That was just, you're right. That Vigliotti was in there. And Denaburg, and this definitely is an extra point. I'm going to back the camera up, and you can see how the stands are shaking. Denaburg from the right hash mark. He's hurt.
Yeah, he is hurt.
And it is good. I don't know how that went through, but it did.
There's a
Flags
flag
down.
on the
We got a
field.
flag. What is it? Is it offsides?
I don't know. It came
Offsides.
relatively late.
I think. That's on satellite.
Yeah, if it's offsides, I think you just go ahead and
Half the
decline it.
distance. Oh,
Okay,
no.
Uh-oh.
That could be a first down, what they're calling here. And I'll tell you what, the Scorps coaches are. And there's a wow.
Wow.
You look, Logan. The MCAA does a great job, and I'm going to preface, you can't throw that flag in this game.
That's a bad flag. He has the right to be upset about the call that was made on the field. He was on his sideline. He was airing his grievances, which you are fully allowed to do on your own sideline. He wasn't on the field. He wasn't in the ref's face. That is a ticky-tack call, and I do not like it.
That's going to be a first down now.
It is.
Bob Walton is the Hall of Fame white hat on the crew. He didn't throw the flag. I don't know who did. I mean, you got to be able to take that.
Yeah, read the room, man.
Yeah. Wow. I still can't believe it.
Yeah,
6:09.
Very unfortunate event. It just happened for satellite, and that.
I'm curious as to what that first call was.
Yeah, I would like to know.
Here comes Bob Walton. Either way you slice this pie, they're going to get a first down out of this.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He's walking the ball backwards.
Oh, I think they might just decline it.
No, I guess they're not going to get a first down. Personal foul. against Satellite. That's the coach's penalty.
They
Declined.
that. After
Dead
the
ball.
play
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
on Satellite, but I don't understand why the ball, wouldn't that be a first down?
I thought it would be.
A dead ball personal foul should be an automatic first down, but he's going to decline both of those and take the 3 points.
What's he walking 30 off for?
For the kickoff, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Oh, you know what? It's because it occurred after
the point.
Yeah.
Good, yep. Yep, that's right.
Yeah, both.
After the point, yep. So, yeah.
So you can't take it as a first down. You can either assess it on the kickoff or decline it. That
Now,
makes more
Denaburg's
sense.
going to kick off from the 30, and look, you onside kick this for sure.
You have nothing to lose if you
Right.
onside kick this. I mean, even if it's a poor onside kick, they're still going to get it to, you know. And
You got to come with your hands, team here.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, this is absolutely an onside kick. 10 times out of 10, you onside kick that.
All right, so let me fix this scoreboard. So now that we know what the call is. So it's 3-0 Mustangs with 6:09 to play in the third. And Merritt Island will kick off from the 30-yard line of Satellite.
Wow.
I don't know what that was, but it just fell.
I don't know either.
I think it was my soda.
No, your soda's right
No,
there.
I got two of them.
You had 2 of them?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
well, now you got 1.
Now I got 1. Huh? Oh, man. I just want to see a big donor upgrade it. So here we go. I've never seen this
Never.
far in. You?
No, absolutely not. This is kooky.
I've seen it from the 50.
Yeah.
I've seen it from the 45. I've never seen it from the 30. And I'm telling you, you got to onside kick this.
Well, yeah.
Oh, look at that. Nice job by Satellite.
Yeah.
That's a great job by Satellite right
Yeah,
there.
it was. He was ready to vacate it, too, and he stopped on a dime. And
If he didn't catch that was going out of bounds. And then that would have been 1st and 10 from 5 yards beyond where he kicked it off.
Yeah.
Right.
-5 yards on the
Right. You think it's nearly impossible, but you can say you've seen it all now. So here comes Gage Malkin and that Satellite offense for the first possession of the second half. Merritt Island went 95 yards. They couldn't go. I'm sorry, they went 75 yards. They couldn't go 80. Malkin with Garrett Tanius behind him. Trips to the left. Parker Dawson split wide right. There's that bubble screen. There's Combs. Combs in space.
He's gone.
There goes Eddie Combs.
He's gone.
Eddie Combs.
Oh, they called him out.
Stepped out of bounds. That was a touchdown.
That was a touchdown there. Merritt Island is very fortunate that he got called out of bounds there.
Look,
'cause
I love Eddie Combs. I love that play. But that's a mistake. That's a mental mistake.
Yeah.
You can't step out of bounds there.
Yeah.
That is 6 points, man.
Yeah.
6 points. Great play, but it should have been 6.
And I was wondering when they were going to run that.
And there we talked about it. Malkin, 1st and 10 at the 50. Under pressure, Malkin gets away once, not twice, and that'll be a sack for the Mustangs.
1 step forward, 2 steps back. The theme of the night.
Number 75 will get credit for it. That is Gabe Arnold, a sophomore.
He's only a sophomore?
Yeah,
Goodness
I know, right?
gracious.
Young man, 6'5", about 240. 2nd and 12 now. Right here in your living room. That Uberzati speed nearly got Combs in the end zone. Other side to Dawson. Dawson with room. Dawson down the sidelines. And Parker Dawson has enough for a satellite first down.
They found a little success in those bubble screens now. The receivers are starting to block a little better. Opening up something. Getting your two playmakers involved.
.505, clock stopped. Out of bounds, 3-0, Mustangs on top. 17 minutes to go in this one. 1st and 10, ball at the Mustang 39. They show blitz, they back off. There it is again to Combs. And guess what? And that time he won't elude the tackle. Great stop. Great play by number 3, Dylan Peterson.
And I think they got away with a block in the back there as well.
Dylan Peterson, a state pole vault champ as well. He's either pole vault or triple jump. One of the two. I apologize.
You got to be a special breed to do a pole vault. Get that high up.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. 2nd down and 11. Garrett Tanius backside pursuit, and that'll be another loss of 2 yards. That backside pursuit, courtesy of Jaquay McFadden, another sophomore.
That's a big kid as well, 36.
3rd down and 15 now for the Scorps. 4 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Brady Denaburg with a 22-yard field goal. That's the scoring in the game. Combs split wide left. Dawson split wide right. Malkin wants it. Passing situation. Clock throws down the field. And Parker Dawson
That's
off his fingertips.
He's got to come down with that.
And that'll be a punting situation. I tell you what, that is the drive right there that if Satellite doesn't win this game, they're going to go back and look at.
That's what you turn to right there. He made an excellent play getting in front of the defensive back as well, cutting right in front of him. It was a nice thrown ball right in his hands, but got to come down with it.
Do we see the fake here again? Or have we seen it enough?
It's tough to run 2 fakes in one game.
I got to quit. I was telling you, I got to stop watching TikTok. Snap. They'll kick it this time. Nice. Oh, not a good punt.
Hope for a bounce. Oh,
yeah,
Merritt Island bounce.
Sideways. Yep, and that'll be 1st and 10 from the 25. The Mustangs will take over. 3:25 to play, 3rd quarter. We'll be back here in just a minute.
Hey everybody, it's me, Urban. OMG Hibachi Grill. Oh my goodness. You need to follow this truck. You need to run, crawl, and get an airplane, go by train. It don't matter how you follow us.
Didn't take long.
Right back to the run, too. Picking up 4 yards. That's all you need.
Like to thank OMG Hibachi Grill. 2nd down and 6 now. Averaging 4 or 5 yards a clip. 3:05 to go. 3rd quarter. 3-0 Mustangs.
High snap. Uh-oh.
Satellite might have it.
I think they do. Satellite certainly thinks they do.
Nope. Merritt Island somehow came up with that.
I do not know how. That was a bad snap. Denaburg bobbled it a little bit, tried to get it down and get it to the running back, and it just screamed disaster. They are very fortunate to get that ball back.
3rd down and 8 now. Shields to the right. caught. First down, Mustangs. Flags fly.
That flag came in from the bleachers. I don't know.
And late.
Yeah. I don't know what that was.
Pass from Denaburg to Ryder Veris. Another sophomore. What is this call? They're going to call helmet to helmet here. That's going to be 15 more yards.
Uh-oh. And Denaburg threw a laser there. Threaded the needle. You had a satellite scorpion in the area. You could have batted that down, but the ball got there so quick that.
I hate that call.
Helmet to helmet.
I think it has to be obvious. I don't think that's an obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not blaming the official for throwing the flag,
Right,
but
I
just
didn't see it.
Yeah.
I don't like the peel back block call. You know, where you got a guy come in and they blocks him. I don't like that being a call either.
1st and 10, ball on the Mustang 48. Throws caught. Dallas Donohue. Nice job by Donohue. No, check that. That's not Donohue. That's number 9 for Merritt Island. That is C.J. Bragg. 1:45 whistles.
Another
timeout for the Mustangs. And look, they're having trouble getting players on the field with this hurry-up offense. It's working.
Here's an issue. That's Satellite's second timeout of the
You're not
half.
kidding.
This ends up being a close game. You're going to wish you had more than one timeout left.
That was a 5-yard penalty if they don't call it. We saw that happen in the first half.
I'd almost rather take the penalty there.
Yeah, I think so too.
Tell you what, Merritt Island's found a little life here in the second half behind the run game, and that's opening up that RPO game. They've been liking that little stick route they've been running off the RPO, the quick out to the split receiver, and it's been there. They've only been running like 2 or 3 different plays this second half, and it's working.
So I'm so glad I have not needed that umbrella tonight.
Oh, yeah.
1st and 10 now for Satellite. Ball at the 40, 1:44 to play, third quarter. Denaburg turns, gives to Shields, and Shields with 3, maybe 4. You take a shot here if you get inside the 35 on a field goal?
Yeah. I don't know. You know, the way that their offense have been moving, I don't know that you really want to change anything up and disaster happen.
Nice job. Look at that pitching catch
that's
there.
Bragg again, C.J. Bragg. And that's that RPO game that's opening up.
And they are wearing them out with this hurry up.
They're bringing those linebackers up to stop the run. That slant's coming right where those linebackers were. All you got to do is pull it and rifle it to them. Good play.
Denaburg 1st and 10 now. Shields. Dominic Shields breaks away.
Touchdown.
Did he get in?
Touchdown,
Merritt Island. Dominic Shields, 23 yards.
That was a good run by the young man. It was a stretch play, so you're pushing it until a crease opens on the edge, and he put his foot in the dirt and he found that crease, took it all the way to the promised land. Good run by Shields.
And with 59 seconds to play, it's a 2-score game in the third quarter. Huh? What a run by Shields.
That was a great run. I'll tell you what, he's a hard-nosed little running back, too. You see how he totes football high and tight?
Yeah.
You're not stripping it from him.
Imagine we'll see a different kick from Denaburg this time. Snap, hold, kick, drilled it. And with 59 seconds to go in the third quarter, the Merritt Island Mustangs have jumped out to a 10-0 lead.
All behind Dominic Shields in the run game. Even when he's not carrying the football, it has opened up other options in that offense.
How about that?
It's a good drive there. They needed that. Now let's see
back to back.
Yeah, back to back. Let's see if Satellite can answer here. They had success in the screen game. I'd like to see him go back to it.
Yeah, me too.
See if you can get 3 or 11 in space.
How big is that play right now? And I'm not picking on the young man because he does great things. Stepping out of bounds here at that 50.
It's tough, man. That's a deflating play because, I mean, look what happened. I don't even think they got past the 50 after that. Or if they did, it wasn't much.
And Eddie usually just buries that play, you know?
Well, you teach them get wide, get as close to the sideline you can. But, I mean, that's just unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. I'd love to see one of those high-def cameras, see if he even stepped out.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to tell sometimes.
Yeah. Buster Beal running that flag. Denaburg set to kick off. Satellite faithful on their feet. It's been all Merritt Island here in the third quarter. Denaburg puts toe to leather, and that's a bad kick. And that'll go bounce back. Fielded at the 5. And the Mustangs cover that kick well.
Yeah, they did a good job bottling him up. We saw him return one against Rockledge, so the last thing you really want to do is kick to him, but they did a nice job getting down there in their pursuit lanes and getting to him.
Let's see what Coach Knox Robinson has up his sleeve for that satellite offense. Gage Malkin, he can chuck it. He's got some receivers out there that can catch it. Still time to stick to your running game if you want to lean on Tanius a little bit, but not
absolutely. Much. I mean, it's only a 10-point game. You're about to get into the fourth quarter. There's still plenty of time. You just got to start making it happen now.
Yep. Little apple bottom jeans in the background.
Boots with the fur. You got fur boots, Alan?
I do not.
Me neither.
Nope. That's cruelty. First and 10. Ball at the 15. Malkin from the gun. There's that. Why not? Oh, they took it away, and Malkin will keep it. Gage Malkin, nice job. Malkin out for about a 17-yard gain.
And you know what that was? That wasn't that screen. They were going to pump that screen, and you had number 6 there running a post, but they didn't bite on the screen. They played sound defense there, but Malkin saw a seam there and picked up some nice yardage himself. That was a good play by him.
They're not going to let him have that.
No.
You stop that play, you win the game.
Yeah. And it's not a bad play call. You know, they got in big chunk yards off the screen. See if that defense will bite on it.
I love this 4 wide receiver formation to the left.
Oh, yeah.
Parker Dawson, the lone wide receiver to the right. Malkin alone in the backfield, 5 wide receivers. Malkin keeps it. They took it away again.
That's a nice play there, too. And I like that he got on the ground before absorbing a hit. The last thing you want is him to take some hits. That's going to be the quarter.
Yep, and that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. Merritt Island, Dominic Shields with a touchdown run. Brady Denaburg with a field goal. 10-0. We'll be back with the start of the fourth in just a minute. All right, little Tom Petty in the background. Won't back down. That's got to be the theme for the Scorps heading into the fourth and final quarter. Can the Mustangs hang on and win their first district championship since 2015? Or will the Scorps play the spoiler? 12 minutes, and you'll have your answer. 2nd and 1, Gage Malkin's picked up 24 yards on the past 2 plays. 2nd and 1. Turns, gives. Look at that run.
That was a very good run there. looked like that was Tanius. Nice just inside give there. There was a huge hole.
Garrett Tanius.
Empty the backfield again.
Tanius will check, stay in. He'll go to the slot. Malkin looking under pressure. Comes near side throw. Oh, wow. Out of bounds.
And you're going to get a hold right here, I do believe, out of the right the right tackle.
I saw it. Did you see it?
I did, yeah. I don't know. It's kind of far up to be a hold. It could be illegal man, but there was certainly a hold.
Back him up 10 yards. That'll bring it 2nd and 20 now, or 1st and 20.
No, they call illegal man downfield.
So they didn't call the hold. That's a loss of down.
It's a loss of down. It's only a 5-yard penalty, too, so kind of fortunate.
2nd and 15, I think.
But hey, they're kind of doing what Merritt Island did in the first half offensively. They're getting a good play, big play, and then backing themselves up.
Actually, it's not a loss of down. I thought it was. 1st and 15 now. Tanius in the backfield again. Parker Dawson split near side. Eddie Combs split far side. This time it's a bubble screen, nowhere to go. That has a whole different feel. That time to play to number 6. Haven Mauricio.
I don't like that screen to the boundary.
I don't either.
You don't have as much room to run with it.
I was going to say, you lock yourself in on the field position.
Yeah, they've had better luck running it out of the trips because now you got 2 blockers.
2nd and 15 now. Tanius behind Malkin. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Oh!
Boy.
Nice job by Malkin to pull that away, but it won't matter. Yeah. That Merritt Island defense right now, Coach, feeling it.
Yeah, they're juiced up. They're playing some complimentary football here. Offense is getting it done. Defense is as well.
Jake Woods there blew that up, then made the tackle. 3rd and 15. Nice job by Gage Malkin, though, to pull that out of Tanius.
Yeah, it could have been a lot more disastrous had he not got it out there. He is very good at riding that mesh point to the last possible second.
That's tough.
It is. It's very hard.
And it makes you a very recruitable prospect.
Certainly. Certainly.
The ability to do that with as many college offenses that run it.
Right.
Malkin, plenty of time, throws. Combs is there,
Catches
caught. Big play by Eddie Combs. Nice catch. And that'll be 1st and 10 for the Satellite Scorpions. 9:52, ball now on the 25. And
they needed that.
That pass play, courtesy of the Satellite Scorpions offensive line.
Yeah, they needed that play in the worst possible way. I'll tell you what, guys, you probably can't tell on the broadcast. Eddie Combs is not a very big player.
No.
He got up there and he got that football. He wanted it.
It's the Treads. Malkin, 1st and 10 at the 25, 24 we'll call it. This time, play action, looking, throws, down the field. Dawson. I'll tell you, nice play by Dawson.
Yeah, he tried to cut underneath him like he did on that play down there that he dropped. I think he just cut it underneath a little bit too early. Had he waited maybe a half second to a second longer, that would have been a touchdown, Satellite Scorpions.
Absolutely. And that would be huge right now. It's 10-0 Mustangs. All 10 points coming in the 3rd quarter. Malkin now looking at 2nd and 10. This time he lets Tanius have it. Tanius!
What a run.
Garrett Tanius down to the 4. Great run.
I tell you what, Coach Knox Robinson has found something with his offense. He's spreading them out. That 3-3-5 stack's going to give you a 5-man box.
And look, they got players coming on. They didn't get the timeout off Malkin.
That should have.
That was just a unbelievably disorganized mess. Should have been a penalty on Merritt Island.
Certainly should have. Not only did you have a player on the field, he didn't have his helmet on.
He didn't have his helmet on, and there is a flag down.
He dropped it out. Good, good. They got satellite on it earlier. That was certainly what it was. That was disorganized, and it was a bit of a mess. But to go back to what I was saying, he's going to these trips looks, he's going to these wide open looks, keeping his running back in. You got blockers. You got 5 blockers to block 5 defenders. You're going to end up with a seam like they did on that last play.
First and goal to go inside the Best Investigations red zone. The ball officially will now be half the distance, which will put it at the 3. Nice job by Garitanius on that run. He says to Dominic Shields, anything you can do, I can do too.
Yeah, he said, watch this.
And I'm just going to run behind big number 79. I'm just giving it to Garrett and letting him run. They throw. Call it out of bounds. A lot of hand checking going on down there by both players.
Yeah, they were letting them play there, which I'm good with. Good.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
I'd run a zone read here. I'd run a inside zone read, leave that D end unblocked, see what he does, and make him make the wrong decision.
I'll tell you, I'm just turning and giving the ball to Garrett. He got us here. Let him finish it.
Yeah. Even now, you got a 6-man box. You still got numbers in that situation.
Gage Malkin.
That's the time to run that speed option right there. That was good. You put the unblocked player in a bind. If he bites down, Ternius is taking it off the corner. He comes out on that. Malkin finds a hole and he scores. Good play call by Coach Knox Robinson of the Satellite Scorpions.
Yes, it was. And with 8:40 to go, we got us a ball game again.
Sure
it's
do.
10-6. Little wipeout going on. Nick O'Donnell on for the extra point. This is a huge extra point.
Massive, yeah.
And Nick O'Donnell kicks that one over the causeway. And with 8:40 to play here in quarter number 4, it's 10-7.
Not exactly the scoring fest we thought it was going to be, but exciting nonetheless.
Crowd's in it now.
Oh, yeah. I got a feeling they're going to be awfully loud as soon as Satellite comes out on defense.
And awfully shaking the stands.
Yeah. Great environment, not great for us.
No, right. All right, here we go. Next week, we're back in a press box over at Merritt Island. We will. You and I will be at Vieira and Merritt Island next week.
All right.
Nick O'Donnell to kick off, I believe. No, that's not O'Donnell. Ball fielded at the 5.
That's
Look at
Donohue.
this. Nice
Donohue's
run
got
back.
A little bit of a seam. There you go. Good field position for the Merritt Island offense now.
So with 8:33 to play in the game, the Mustangs with a 3-point lead and the ball, 1st and 10.
Now, we've seen the Satellite defense come up with some big stops. We saw it against Rockledge. Let's see if they still got it in them. This is very much a football game here.
Dominic, you're just turning and giving the Shields. Not as much as he had been gaining.
No, still 3 yards. I mean, you'll take that.
Yep.
More importantly, it keeps that clock turning.
Denaburg. Shields. That's going to bring up 3rd down. And 5. This crowd's going to get loud now.
We're going to empty the backfield.
You can hear them. Caught, Bridger Koby. Bridger Koby with a 1st down.
It was a great little deeper hitch route right into the soft part of the zone.
Great call.
Denaburg timed it up perfectly, gave him the ball right when he turned around, just enough for the 1st down. Then he picked up a couple extra on just sheer effort.
I don't know why they're not running this hurry up a little quicker. Denaburg, Shields, yep. Well, nope, keeps wide open. Down the sidelines. 5. Tripped up at the 1.
I tell you what, that was that RPO they ran earlier where they got called back for the man downfield. That time, fake the run, let it go. That was a good play. Everybody bit down on the run. That was an excellent run fake. And that was Bragg, number 9.
Again, Bragg with an outstanding game tonight. 1st and goal to go for Merritt Island inside the Best Investigations red zone. What an answer, Coach.
Denaburg split out to receiver right now. We got a Wildcat look right here. Wild Mustang.
Bridger Koby, Dominic Shields.
He got stood up there. I don't know that he got in.
He didn't get in. 2nd down. Denaburg back under center now. 5:55 to play. Water break coming up.
That time he's in.
Touchdown, Dominic Shields. What an answer, Coach.
Huge answer. It came by a big play. Told you at the half. Somebody needed to start making some big plays, and Merritt Island answered that call. It was a massive play because, I mean, Satellite could have gotten a stop there. They showed they were stopping on the drive before. They let up that 3rd and 5. It came right back out of it. And big play. Merritt Island answered the call.
5:39 to go. Certainly enough time. It's 16-7, but now you're looking at a 2-score deficit again.
It's not out of reach. They just got to go quick. They got to make it happen really quick.
Denaburg lines it up. The snap, Koby with the hold. The kick is good.
That's rolling down the runway at Patrick Air Force Base.
That's exactly right. And with 5:39 to play in the game, the Mustangs are 10 points on top of the Scorpions, and they can smell their first district championship in 6 years.
Yeah, they sure can. We're 5.5 minutes away from it.
This is the game we thought it would be.
It is a little less points than I thought it would be, but it's certainly just as exciting.
Yep. Yeah, I don't understand that.
It's an interesting choice.
They're playing black and yellow in the background at satellite home game with Merritt Island at a 17-7 lead. That's interesting. As Denaburg set the kickoff. Fans on their feet. I'll tell you what, Eddie Combs' return here for a touchdown like he did against Rockland.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a bad deal.
That'd be exactly what you need.
But I don't think he's going to kick that ball anywhere near Eddie Combs.
You know, his 2 kickoffs have been a little bit weird. That one is not.
He didn't. He kicked that one next to the one over at Patrick.
Yeah.
Now, what needs to happen, I love the play in which Malkin picked up 25 yards in 2 plays. Coach, I almost feel like they need to pick up 25 yards a play right now.
Yeah, they do. And they need to start working those sidelines as well. Every second counts at this point.
Ball will be placed at the 20-yard line. Coming up after the show tonight, we'll pack it up and head to walk-ons for the post-game show. I think I may do something tonight I don't normally do. I think I may actually do some interviews on the sidelines after tonight and then head to walk-ons.
There you go.
Gage Malkin from the gun. Throws down the field. Oh, that was nearly picked off.
And that was that fake screen where they pump that screen and they send you on a seam route.
Yeah.
That was really well defended. Merritt Island's defense held water there. They did not get faked out by the pump at all. They're not looking in the backfield. That's a disciplined defense.
6 is Julius Bennett. Coach Brian Helton does a terrific job.
Yeah, he does. I am a fan of his defense. Personally, I run a 4-man front, but I like what he does because he's got 3 down linemen, but he's always rushing at least 4.
Tyler Murray, the offensive coordinator. Hurley Brown, the head coach. .5:32 to play. A must-score drive for Satellite. Nice. Ball's out. And the Mustangs say they have it, and they do.
And they could have threw a flag for taunting on Merritt Island there. They got away with it, but yeah, bite the ball. That's what you teach when you tackle. Get that head on the football, and it'll pop out, and that's certainly what just happened there.
It was Jake Woods.
Jake Woods laid the wood.
Yes, he did. And it's 1st and 10 for the Mustangs inside the Best Investigations red zone at the 19. Coach, 5:20 to go. You got to force a turnover yourself here now.
You know, Alan, I know anything can happen in high school football, but that might have been the dagger.
The only turnover of the game.
Only one. It's been a clean game. And I imagine they are just going to run the football. They're almost in field goal range. That's a good play.
I mean, that's all well and fine. And here's where your situation, your scenario, Coach, that you talked about before, they've already used 2 timeouts.
Yeah. So that clock's going to get bled down, down, down.
.450 and rolling. Brady Denaburg, Shields, no, he throws, caught, How about the play by Bragg?
That's the same play that he had that big gain on. The coverage was a little bit tighter there. That was an excellent catch by Bragg. He's had himself a little bit of a night tonight.
He is my offensive player of the game.
Not Shields?
Both.
Both. Co. I think that's fair.
1st and 10. Ball definitely inside.
And I'm surprised to see them throw that, but the read dictated it. And you got to give credit to Denaburg there. He threaded the needle on that one. It was really good coverage.
That was great coverage. Man on man.
Satellite's done a pretty good job on man coverage on those slant routes. Usually those are man beaters, but they've kind of been in position all night.
Shields. I mean, I hate to say this, but, you know, because you never want to say it's over. But a field goal here, and
I mean,
that's icing on the cake.
Unless you get a turnover, but I have a hard time seeing that happen. Just the way that Shields carries the football and the fact that I think they're smart enough to not put the ball in the air any longer.
Second and 8. 3:08. Winding. Merritt Island's not hurt by that.
No.
3 minutes to go.
They're certainly in field goal range as well. So,
Satellite fans, let me just tell you, you are still very much going to get an at-large bid to the playoffs. I know I'm going to go over that in a minute.
that's the beauty of the RPI.
That is the beauty of the RPI. Third down and 10 flags. Nope.
Delay a game, I believe.
Yeah, delay a game here. So when you look at Class 5A, Region 2, the top-seeded team is Rockledge. Yeah, I know. It's hard to believe, right?
Right.
Merritt Island beat them last week, but they got a 690 RPI. Merritt Island second at a 654. Satellite is fourth at a 615. Satellite, the top 4 district winners advance automatically. And then the top 4 RPI at-large bids advance. And Shields just gets the ball to the right hash mark where Denaburg likes it with 2 minutes to go. If you look at the teams behind, Palm Bay, that's not going to factor into this equation for Satellite. Bayside, well ahead of them. Seabreeze, 5-4 with an RPI of 558. Satellite's got the RPI. They'll be a playoff team. They'll be a road playoff team, but they'll be a playoff team, Coach.
Certainly be in the playoff, and that's a huge step in the right direction for this program.
If you would have told me, first year back from being an independent, and you're going to the playoffs, that's a heck of a job.
Yeah, it's a wonderful job. And, you know, Coach Kimmy has Satellite going in the right direction. This isn't the same old Satellite anymore. Satellite, you're not excited to see them on your schedule anymore.
Yeah. You want this? Yeah. Little Sweet Caroline. Ba, ba, ba. Couldn't help it.
It's almost a law. You have
Yeah,
to.
so good, right?
Yeah.
1:20 to play. So we just spent 2 minutes talking about Satellite. How about those Merritt Island Mustangs?
How about them? 1 loss on the season. They're going to advance to 8-1. District champions. Huge win over Rockledge last week. Big win against Satellite here. Back-to-back district wins. And it's almost like the Merritt Island Mustangs of old.
They're 8-0 in Brevard County. Their only loss to Cairo.
They're 8-0 in the state of Florida.
Yeah. Denaburg snap, hold, kick. Goodness gracious.
And that's on the 13th tee box at Manatee Cove over in Patrick Space Force Base.
20-7, and that is the dagger there. Congratulations to Hurley Brown. Look, let's be honest here. There were some people on the island that maybe a year ago or 2 years ago felt, I don't know. Hurley's a great guy. He's, played and coached for some great coaches. But was he going to be able to get this program back on track, right?
Yeah, and it looks like he's answered that question.
Hands down, he's answered that question. We always talk about Satellite's blueprint, but what about Merritt Island's blueprint? This was a young football team. They all played youth football together, came up together, juniors and seniors now. This is the end result.
Yeah, and I talk about this with my girlfriend often, her being from Merritt Island. It's a very tight-knit community in Merritt Island. It's almost like it's the 1980s in Merritt Island. They shut down Main Street for the homecoming parade. Everybody gone to the game, put in their business windows, and you want to get the community support, and you want to keep your homegrown talent home, and that's what Coach Hurley Brown has done. And you were saying, it could have gone sideways a year or so ago, and he's kind of weathered that storm, and the entire community is behind him, and that's what you want in a Merritt Island program.
Denaburg set the kickoff with $1:15 to go here. Jeff McClain, the football coach, won 5 or 6 straight district championships. Rockledge is going to have their hands full the next couple of years with Satellite and Merritt Island.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun district to keep tabs on.
And Palm Bay's coming too.
Listen, Palm Bay is a sleeping giant. They always have been. I mean, they won 2 state championships in the early 2000s. They've been good consistently until about the last few years. You're going to have athletes in that area. You get the right guy in there, and I think Coach Owens is doing a pretty good job with what he's got over there. You start building on that, Palm Bay could very much become what Palm Bay used to be.
And you got a good mix of the old and the new there with Dan Burke on the staff.
Absolutely.
Dino Colonia, and 1st and 10 for the Scorps. 1:15. This will be their second loss of the year. They'll drop to 7-2. The Mustangs will move to 8-1. Malkin under pressure. He's going to go down. Laying the wood again is Jake Woods.
Yeah, he did. He came in there like a bullet. I think he was unblocked off the edge. It's another one of those exotic blitz packages that Merritt Island likes to deploy.
Next year, what you do if you're Satellite, now fit that blueprint a little tougher next year. Instead of bringing Weeki Watchie in for homecoming, maybe you step that up to a 6A or 7A team you bring in.
Yeah.
I like to tell the story of why strength of schedule is so important. That ball nearly picked off. The incomplete pass will stop the clock. The 2014 Vieira Hawks were 9-0. And everybody said, you know what? That's the best team, and they're going to win the state. They got wiped out 48-0 in the first round of the playoffs by Port Charlotte.
Right.
They didn't play nobody. The second year, they went 6-4, went to Allen, Texas, played 6 playoff teams. But you know what? They went to the state championship that year.
Yeah, they sure did.
Because of the strength of schedule.
It makes a difference, and that's why you want to keep an eye on Cocoa this year. I mean, look at the schedule they've played.
Yeah. Parker Dawson. And that should do it here. And let's focus in over here, and nobody sitting. And I'll tell you what's going on behind the play here. They may not snap another. That's going to do it. They're shaking hands. Congratulations to the Merritt Island Mustangs. the 2021 5A8 district champions. The first time they've done that since 2015. Coach Hurley Brown.
You don't like to see this.
Nah, you don't want them dancing on the logo. And they're not.
Yeah, emotions are high, and
Yeah.
I get that, but
I get it.
yeah,
I get it.
you don't want to see any fighting. That's
No,
all.
no, and they won't. Two good coaching staffs.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm told that Satellite stomped on the MI last year, so Merritt Island wanted to return the favor. And this is a rivalry. There is no doubt about it. And this district is going to see that this rivalry stays this heated for years to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'm going to get out of here, get down on the field, get some interviews as they serenade them with na 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 na, hey, hey, goodbye. All right, your final score, the Merritt Island Mustangs, your 5A8 district champs for Logan. Poor Logan, let me ask you this, your final thoughts.
I thought, I thought it was going to be a snoozer around halftime, and then, we saw some fireworks. I'll tell you what, Merritt Island's a pretty dang good football team. I could see them making a little bit of a run in the playoffs once they get there.
No doubt, 5A is a different beast, so we'll see, that's for sure. For Coach Logan Pettit, I'm Alan Slaughterzinski, coming up here in about an hour, right here on Brevard Sports Network. It'll be the Walk-Ons post-game show live from Walk-Ons in beautiful Viera, Florida. We'll see you then. For Logan, I'm Alan. Congratulations to the 2021 Class 5A District 8 champ, Merritt Island Mustangs. Have a great night. Make it a sports night. Final score, Mustangs 20, Scorps 7.